Hi guys, how are you? So I just posted a video today. The video is the anointed were mistreated from a young age. I recorded that video, was it yesterday? And I didn't post it yesterday. I wanted to, but I didn't. I wanted to reiterate and talk to God about it before I posted it, because it was very sensitive. It was a very sensitive topic, and it made me realize some things. And when the Lord showed me flashbacks of like my childhood, he was showing me the teachers and stuff in that particular dream, and I literally was talking to my younger self. So I'm an adult talking to my younger self in the dream, and I'm like, what's your name? And then before I found it was me, I'm like, what's your name? What do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's me. But God was showing me a lot of what I've endured when I was younger, and how the people pleasing came about. And I was talking to you guys in that video about how a lot of you guys, these patterns have been affecting you since you were a child, okay? Many of you guys, it started off with your parents. People pleasing with your parents, people pleasing with teachers. But last night he showed me something, okay? He showed me people pleasing with friends as well. And he showed me us being afraid to say no. And because we are people pleasers, when we say, we're not anymore, I'm not people pleaser no more, but because a lot of us have taken on that trait, when we say no, people tend to use that as a way to attack us. And because we don't want to be attacked, we always say yes, right? That is also a form of people pleasing, when you are afraid to say no and you don't want to stick up for yourself, and you know what I mean, and you can't always say yes. And being a child of God, being an anointed one, you have to learn how to say no. Just because you're a child of God does not mean you always have to say yes to certain things. People take advantage of us because we say yes all the time. This is why God also isolates us, and he brings us, he pulls us away from people, because we usually tend to say yes just to avoid drama, to avoid conflict, to avoid being picked on. We say yes to keep the peace. And that's unhealthy as well, God is saying, okay? It's very unhealthy. He showed me a flashback. I'm going to share something with you guys. And I share this stuff because I want you guys to understand that I can relate to many of you guys. And there's certain things that I didn't notice until God showed it to me. And don't laugh at me when I mention this, but he showed me a flashback of school when I was in elementary school. And there was a group of girls that didn't like me, and they were always bullying me. But then the reason why I was confused when I was a child is because I had this people-pleasing mentality as a child, but I always was confused because some of the same ones that were bullying me, they would bully me when they're around the group of girls, but when they're not around the group of girls, they'd be playing with me in the neighborhood. Like, we'd be playing, running around the neighborhood playing, but as soon as they're in the group, they bullied me. And then after they bullied me, they would come back and they would say, Steph, let's go play, And being a child, I was okay with that. It was like, because I wanted so badly to have friends, because I was a loner. And so I so badly wanted to have friends and wanted people to like me. I didn't understand that that was unhealthy. The fact that they would bully me and then come to me and say, let's play, and I would say yes without saying no. I would say yes openly, was very toxic, because that was me saying, it's okay for you to bully me, and it's okay for us to still play and be friends after, but you can keep bullying me again and then being friends again. And he showed me that portion. And then the Lord brought it to me being an adult today, looking like me today, being with the same group of girls today, in this day and age. And, I'm hanging around with them, and he showed me the way I reacted now. So I'm not hanging out with them, but I'm by myself in the spiritual realm, and the same group of girls came up to me, and they were doing exactly what they were doing when we were children, right? But except they were adults now. And they were bullying me in the spiritual realm and calling me names and making fun of my appearance and all of that. And I reacted totally different from when I reacted when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I would run away and start crying. And then the next day I'd play with the ones that bullied me. He showed me my reaction in the realm, and I was like, one, this is immature. We're adults now. I can't believe you guys are still doing stuff like this. This is so not classy. No, I'm not going to hang out with you. I forgive you guys, etc. And I walked away. And when I said that to them, they were kind of ashamed, but they were still kind of trying to bully me. But I walked away with so much class and everything. And the Lord was saying, look at the difference. So he showed me the way I reacted when I was a kid and how I would say, yes, let's play after I would get bullied, compared to the way I react to the situation now, being an adult, being aware of the cycle, and how I chose to respond to it without getting upset, without crying, without running away. I noticed that what I did do was I didn't tolerate it, but I also said no. There was something that I said no to, and that's why they started to bully me, right? And then when I walked away, it was like I was walking in a totally different direction than them, but it was like I went from like a dark type of area where I was being bullied to walking into like a light area. It's so hard to explain. You ever been in a spiritual realm where the energy would feel dark in a specific area, and as soon as you walk away, you start feeling at peace? That's how I felt. So what God was saying is, and I was walking by myself. So there was a group of them, and then I was by myself. And what God was saying is being by yourself is not bad at all. And he was basically saying that he isolates us from specific people, because a lot of us still have to break these people pleasing traits, because a lot of us still don't know that we're doing it. We may not hang around nobody, we may not have any friends, but when someone calls and asks us for something, if someone calls and needs something, we're quick to say yes, because we want to avoid drama, avoid confrontation, avoid obstacles, and we say yes just for the sake of saying yes. There's been times where I've said no to people. They can't post their links in my comment section or advertise their channel in my comment section or whatever. And when I would say no to them, they go and make videos about me the next day. But they would never tell people that they came to me the day before trying to be nice to me, asking me to do them favors, right? And when I said no, they would retaliate, right? A lot of us, because we know about this stuff, we tend to say yes to a lot of things because we want to avoid that. That's a toxic trait. That's people pleasing, God said. That's something that a lot of you guys have to break, that you're not even aware that you're still doing. Okay? Saying yes when you know you're not supposed to say yes. Another thing he said is that he said you have to be okay with being alone and just having him for now. A lot of us have to be okay with that. And he said that a lot of the reasons why he pulled us away from people is for us to break specific traits, habits that we have to break. Okay, for us to grow stronger in him through Christ, so we can understand our gifts more. We understand what's right from what's wrong. Okay, and thank you, Holy Spirit, to see the value in ourselves. He just said, literally, it was so loud. He said for us to see the value of ourselves. You notice that when God pulls you away from a crowd of people, your eyes open more, you can see a lot more, you can observe a lot more. When you're around people, you're distracted, you're clouded, you're fogged. He pulled us away for us to not be distracted, to not repeat certain cycles, to see the value in ourselves, so we're not fogged. Okay, so we understand our gifts more. So he said we have to be okay with being by ourselves for now. He said for now, as in he will bring in the right people, or he'll bring in your partner who will be your best friend, or you'll have your own family, etc. But as long as we understand these traits and we understand it needs to be broken, you'll be able to elevate. I'm telling you, when I said no in that dream that he was showing me, and I walked away from the group of girls after I said no and they bullied me, I was an adult and I felt so much at peace, because I reacted differently from the way I reacted when I was a kid. And it felt good to react in such a mature way, and it felt good to see the pattern and to break it. So in that dream alone, I broke the pattern. You get what I'm saying? Because I understood it. Now I understand why he was showing me flashbacks for the last 2.5 days. Because he was showing me the before and the after. After we find out what it is, and after you're aware of it, how you react after. And they were two totally different reactions. Okay, so I know the cycle is broken on my end. So I just want to say this to you guys so you guys can open your eyes and you can be aware of the cycles that need to be broken on your end. Okay, because some of you guys are like, yeah, I'm not a people pleaser. I don't have people around me. I don't care what people think about me. I've learned a lot and I'm an adult now. But some of you guys still say yes to everything to avoid things. You can't be afraid. You got to say no when it's no. Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.